Here is my small square foot garden, and it is August 28th around 6 p.m. and it's about 72 degrees. It's just a beautiful day. There are a few little clouds up there, but it is just comfortable and it's breezy. It's just beautiful. So I just got here about an hour ago, and I walked through the garden. I gave it a little bit of water, but I wanted to show you guys everything before I harvested. I like to kind of get that out of the way right when I get here. So let's see, the echinacea looks like I need to deadhead it. The blooms are faded, and it'll only help it if I go ahead and give it a good cutting at this point. The sunflower, the head over there, I'll show you when I get to that side, it has fallen over. Real big head of sunflower there. The other ones didn't get too big. This one didn't get too big. But the leaves are slowly browning on me and dying off. And the nice thing about that is since I planted the zinnias here, it kind of fills in that dead space where there were sunflower leaves. So once I get all these ugly little sunflower leaves taken off, the zinnias will get that little bright pop of color right there. So I really like planting that way. And y'all know that I also had planted some calendula down here. And then there's one little poppy bloom right there. So there's some more poppies in there. I don't know if they're blooming yet or not. Yeah, there's some over there. Okay, so this was the spinach that I planted the last time I was here. If you missed that video, I'll leave a little link for you. So I forgot the date I was here, but I think it's been at least 2 weeks. And then just some kale and collards. More spinach here. I had planted this a week before this planting, so that kind of gave you an idea of the time it takes to start getting your true leaves. You notice if you're new to gardening, those little leaves in the middle that have the circular or oval shape, those are your true leaves. And then basically when it looks like this, those are your little seedling leaves. Okay? Now I planted some cilantro here. I'll need to thin those. You see how those are coming up right now? It just loves this cool weather. I also sprinkled out a lot of dill seed over here because I like dill, and this is the perfect temperature to start growing dill. Over here, some more cilantro. I pinched off the bolting part of it right when I got here because I want to use it this weekend. And there's some more cilantro back there. It'll be maturing here soon. A lot of carrots, so I'm probably going to grab some of these carrots here. They're getting pretty big. Then the kale's looking great. I'm loving the kale right now. Looks pretty good. The kaleette is looking nice too. There are some little flowers down there forming, and the kaleette is kind of like what you call a flower sprout. I told you guys that in one of my videos. It's kind of an improved version of flower sprouts, my understanding. Y'all know this is my first time I've grown it. And then just some lettuce down here. This is part of mesclun mix down there. More carrots, and I don't know what that is, but it has survived very well through the spring and summer. That was part of a mesclun mix. Purple basil, and then the little peas are working their way up back here. Let's see if you can see these. Back there are some peas. Lemongrass looks great. It always starts to look really nice in the fall. Summer savory is blooming. And then just an assortment of herbs back here. I have some more dill that has gone to seed. And once the dill has gone to seed, here's some that's starting to turn right here. Here's some that's ready to be replanted. Okay. I'm just going to, after I pull out a lot of these plants here in a minute, I do a harvest, I'm going to go back through and just sprinkle out more dill seed out here. That'll be fine for me because I like dill. Calendula, and back here is more spinach. Okay. The jade bush beans. Let's see if I have some under here. I have a few under there. I'm going to go ahead and probably pull out my beans. This is going to be a nice little harvest right here. And some more over here. A lot of the sweet pea currant tomatoes. I mean, it is covered up back here, so that's going to take me a while to pick those. Those little tiny tomatoes do take a little while to harvest. And let's see what else I have. Some more jade beans over here. I'll grab those. And then another kaleette. And let's take a look down here. It's looking pretty good. Pretty good. What a beautiful little plant. I hope it tastes as good as it looks. I hear it's supposed to be a little bit more nutty than a Brussels sprout. So, and then the cherry rose nasturtiums, just real pretty little colors there. Back here, I think I have most of this right here is parsley, and I have a few, I think, green onions in there. Brussels sprouts. I'm going to always pull this out because it's just not looking too good. So I'll just go ahead and pull that out. And then these were the Italian Roma green beans, and they are totally infested with the Mexican bean beetle. But there are a lot of beans on here. I can go ahead and get them off. You can see the larvae of the Mexican bean beetles all in here. There's some right there underneath that leaf. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull these out. And how I like to do my last and final harvest of bush beans is I'll just pull it up by the root like this, turn it upside down. Well, I say that and then I can't get it out. Wow, it's long. Okay, and so I'll just pull it out like this and pull off those beans. There's a couple of the little Mexican bean beetles. They're a little friendly there, aren't they? So, as you can see, they are everywhere over here. I just have not been able to stay here and tend to them. And what is that? This is a harlequin bug. Let me show y'all that. Right there. That's a harlequin bug. They usually like kale. I found a couple on my kale out here. They are not good bugs, though. So she's going to have to be stepped on. I'll spare y'all that. Okay, a couple of beets here. I'm going to go through and just weed it. This is how we weed this garden. Look. Love it. So easy. Hardly any weeds. And then, of course, the chives. Another Mexican bean beetle right there. I'm going to put all these infested leaves in a bag and wrap it up good. I'm not going to put it anywhere near my yard at all. Always throw away anything that's infested because those eggs can overwinter that are on all of this, okay? And then more kale. Okay, everything's looking really good. Oh, I have a little cucumber right here. It's not little at all. It's too big for me to eat, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that out too. Because I brought some seeds with me, some carrots, and some more sugar snap peas and things like that. I'm going to go ahead and plant out a lot of things for the fall here. Okay, so let me go ahead and get started, and then I'll show you guys what I come up with. So here's an example of the infestation. You see all the little larvae on there? Well, this is just a good example of what you do not want in your garden. Most of the time they'll always be found underneath your leaves and not on top. So I'm putting them right down here in this little garbage bag, and that's where I'll haul them off to the landfill. Okay? So I'm not going to do a harvest of the beans either, only because they're kind of, there's some damage on here from the beetles, so I don't really want to eat them. Only because, you know, a lot of times they end up having an off flavor anyway, once something has been sucked on by insects. So anyway, I'll just go ahead and trash it all, and it'll be a lot easier for me. Just to go ahead and pull them out and throw them away. Okay, one last thing. I forgot to show you the sunflower head. Let's take a look over here. It's way up there. It is huge. So I basically cleaned up the garden a little bit. I decided to keep my Brussels sprout plant in there. And let me show you what I came up with. So over here, all this is going to the compost. And that's the bag of Mexican bean beetles. I mean, it is covered up, guys. So that's going straight to the landfill. You can see they're even escaping the bag. There's one down there, and there's one right there. So I gotta tie this up, and I'm gonna double bag it. And then over here's where I just harvested a lot of the little tomatoes. I just scratched the surface on those. There's a lot more over there. And a beet, some carrots, some jade green beans, and that's it for now. I have a lot of kale I'll get this weekend and lettuce, but for now I wanted to get all of that harvested. So thanks so much for watching. Y'all have a beautiful day.